Greetings lecturers and hello everyone, I am Pisai from Group 2. Today I will be presenting to all of you about one topic which is customer services in letter from Thailand. And here is the table of contents which contain 5 main points. First I'm going to talk about introduction. Second, analysis of study text and reading document. Third is about research study. Fourth is comparison between the similarity and differences of study text and interview results. And the last point is conclusion. So without further ado, let me start with the introduction. As the globe continues to flourish, we can see that companies that run many different businesses are everywhere. And as a result of the current technology, people begin to come up with many new ideas in order to operate their enterprise. However, as you know, running or stabilizing a business is not as simple as it may appear. We must apply or find effective strategies in order to make our business successful. It appears that customer service is one of the most important strategy to help the business run smoother and successful. So you may wonder, what is customer service? A customer service is the interaction between the representative of an agency or a company that provide the service to the customer who come to purchase their goods. And why is customer service important to the business? So according to a Journal of Goffin and Price written in 1996, customer service is needed for business because it leads to improved product quality, competitive advantages, profitable chances, sales and money. Especially we can see that lots of customers sometimes they prioritize the service more than the price when they come to purchase something. If the company provides a really poor service towards the customers are most likely to give up on buying goods from that company. And that is all for the introduction. Moving on to the next part, which is the analysis of the study text. So in this part, I am going to focus on 3 main points about communication, positive attitude, and responsibility. According to the study text, Moon Thong and Song U business could go well because of their customer service. As our group have figured out in the study text, both Moon Thong and Song U were known as a Chinese businessmen who were smart and also flexible. When it comes into the business, Moon Thong tried to communicate with the merchant in Thailand. He often invited the merchant to have meal with him. So we can see that communication is very important to be a part of the customer service, because the more Moon Thong got close with his merchant, the more they tended to buy his products. Moreover, customer service that Song U provided to his customer that we should have noticed was his positive attitude and his patience. As an example, when a woman that didn't have enough money to pay for Song U, he didn't get mad or force her to pay off the debt immediately, but he tried to understand and also gave her a week in order to pay the money back. He also tried not to be easily get offended by his customer when some of his customer complained that his product was a bit expensive compared to the other places. This we can consider as an attitude to win the customer hearts, and it should be noticed as good customer service that Song U could provide to his customer. And beside that, responsibility was also mentioned in the story regarding the customer services. When Nguyen Thong provided good quality product and delivery service for his customer, even some of his products were a bit expensive than the others, but it was because of the quality. He tried to serve his customer by delivering the goods to them on time, and his business satisfies his customer because they could easily go to his place, and there were many things to fulfill their demands, which were known as how businessmen respond to the customer needs. This is already documented. In the report of various documents from reliable sources, we found an interesting point which illustrates the importance of high quality customer services that can affect business. So in the business world, every owner, regardless of what type of business that they run, is always competitive with one another. Although they try to improve their product to differentiate from others, however, the strategy only seems to keep sale rate going back and forth. Following this, the owners only have one way to keep the business excellent by providing the best services to the customer. And according to a journal of Matthew in 2001, he said that service is becoming a smart strategy, because it provides a strong competitive advantage through differentiation opportunity even within the commodity market. And to run a business for a long term, the owners need to improve the communication skill, ensure the customer loyalty, be knowledgeable. And in that case, not only do the customer receive the best service, but the owner themselves also maintain a good image. Now let's move to the research study. So the purpose of this research study is, first thing, we're going to focus on the distinguish about the customer service from the past up until now. The second things is we want to broaden the idea that related to our topic, and lastly is that we want to give specific and useful information. And in order to conduct this research successfully, our group also has practiced many procedures. Our member also come up with the 5 research questions in total to identify and guide our destination in this research project. And those questions are conducted to reflect on interview view and experiences on customer service. These are the 5 questions that our group have come up with. So after we had prepared those questions, our group had contact with several targets that we could think of, and unfortunately there was only one among of them was available for us to do interview with. Due to a very busy schedule, the others could not make it. And here is for the interviewee information. He is a Canadian Chinese who is 25 years old now, and currently he running a car repair garage that he has inherited from his family. He ran this business for almost 5 years now since he's graduated, and his ancestor had immigrated to our country around the time our country was under French colonization, and since then his family has stayed and lived in the Cambodia until now. So during the interview, we asked him all the 5 questions that we had prepared beforehand. And for the first question, we asked him about how he view on customer service and the importance of it. In the first response of the first question, he answered that customer service are really important for all the business, because good customer service can help him to attract and keep the customer while also reflecting a good image. He added that business that provide good customer service tend to be around longer than those who provide poor services. Secondly, we asked him about how he define the behavior. Secondly, we asked him to define which behavior he considered as a good customer service. He replied that there are a lot of behavior that the business owner consider as good customer services. Those behavior include being patient, attentive, reasonable, flexible, speedy, and responsible to the customer. Besides that, he also mentioned about having positive attitude around the customer as well. More importantly, he said that as the provider, he have to be self-controlled and always keep smiling, not to get offended easily by the customer. So after his answer, we asked him about the third question, that what is the problem he has experienced regardless in his field and how he deal with them. He said that throughout his 4 years working in the garage as a garage owner, he had faced several problems, like when the material price such as oil, fluid that rose, some of the customer complained to him about it. And to respond to the customer feedback, he just told them honestly and politely why did the price in the garage rose. He said that most of his customers took it easy and didn't curse anything, because since his garage has been around for a long time, starting from his father generation until his, and have been serving a lot of customers, so they have trust in him. Moreover, the price in his garage has been cheaper from the other garage outside, so a little bit of the price that rising in the product did not matter much for the customer, and mostly they just wanted to know why the price rise at the first place, and that is why they complained it. Another problem he had faced that when there are many customers coming to his garage, he doesn't have many staff around to serve all of them, so the remaining customer need to wait until the staff finish the early car first. So for this, he solved it by approaching those personally, like talking or joking with them, and sometimes he might split the other staff to work on their car first. Like for instance, mostly a car needs 2 people to repair it. However, in this type of scenario, he had one person to fix their car and another person to fix the other cars. He said that he had to make sure that none of his customers were ignored. And overall, he said that he didn't face any big problem regarding the customer service, and those problems, it's not a big deal that he couldn't solve it. And the next question, we asked him when that he had to say no to the customer request, and he said that he used to say no to his customer in the past, like it was too late in the midnight to go out, so he politely rejected them. Lastly, we asked him about his preferable method in interacting with his client. So He told us that he liked to keep up with them on Telegram, and he frequently checking up with them on it. Now, after we have known the experiences of the interviewee, let me draw all of you into the focus of the comparison between the similarity and differences of the study tech and interviewee result. So after inspecting of the study tech and interview results, we can surmise that their values are quite similar. Their behavior and assertion about necessity of good customer service for successful business. And like what I have mentioned above about having a good relationship with the customer is essential for good customer service. Like in the story, it's illustrated that Nguyen Thong and Song U show the major reason that he became a successful businessman due to the good communication, positive attitude, and great responsibility toward their customer by carefully answering when the customer questioned the products, and they went out to eat with the merchants. It is the same idea was brought up in the interview result, that the interviewee stating that he would honestly answer the buyer question, showing cheerful attitude, checking up with the customer to get a good impression and a pleasant connection with them. On the other hand, there is a difference in identity between the way our interviewee and the study tech use different operation to deal with the customer. So our interviewee, he said that he would reject a customer request when it came late at night because he needed a rest and for his own safety. Unlike Song U, he insisted that he would open his store early in the morning till late at night and often invited the merchant to have a meal with him. In the conclusion, there are many factors in order to operate one business. Running one business is not only focusing on how you provide a good quality product or suitable price to the clients. You may also have to focus on the services that you could provide to make sure that your customer keep interest in your business and willingly give you the value and their loyalty. And achieving this, surely your business will be successful. And that is all for my presentation today. Thank you for paying attention in this video, and if you have any question, feel free to ask. Bye.